He was the best dad ever, and he really loved the beach, which is kind of why we moved down here. I was 15 when we moved. I did not want to leave my friends. I loved my life in Maryland. My dad was sick for a really long time. I didn't know that. I mean, he was dealing with being an alcoholic for a very long time. He hid it really well. People really stereotype alcoholics to be, mean. He was the nicest person, the best dad, always there for us, never missed a beat. He was a functioning alcoholic. So I didn't really notice until he started getting really sick. He was very lethargic. He was lying on the couch all the time, falling asleep during conversations. So he went to the hospital and he was there for about 2 weeks. So he got pneumonia, and after that everything kind of just went downhill and spiraled, and eventually he passed 2 days before my 17th birthday. We definitely didn't see it coming, because you kind of see like alcoholics and you just kind of expect the recovery. Like you hear stories and you're like, oh, they went to rehab and they got better. But that's not always kind of how it goes. But losing him was really hard for me, because that was somebody in my life that was always a hero. Like, he was a big part of my life. He would do anything for me. A lot's changing when you're a teenager and you're just going through a lot of different things. Eventually you're going to college, you're trying to make these decisions. Being a teenager and this happening in a new place was really hard, because I didn't really know many people. So I didn't have very many friends that knew him to kind of support me in this, because we weren't really in our home state. It was very lonely. Honestly, the biggest thing for me is my memory is really bad. I don't remember a lot. Like, it's pretty much gone. Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, I don't remember any of it. We eventually did kind of a celebration of life in Maryland later, but it was also during COVID, so we couldn't have a funeral at that time. And whenever I was kind of feeling like low or a little bit depressed, I would go to a dance class and I would feel a lot better. Or I just felt like I could express myself more, because I was never really good at the whole, talking about it and everything. Because for me, I just didn't like feeling sad, so I was like, okay, let's just let these emotions go and let's just keep moving forward, and eventually, it all catches up to you. Personally, I never allowed myself to really sit in it, and I think that's really important to kind of process those emotions, which is hard, but I think it's really important to kind of feel what's going on, and that way your memory will be better, you'll be able to kind of move forward at a slower pace, but it'll be easier, and then it won't hit you later. Grief is so weird, and it works in different ways, and it hits you at different times, and you just need to kind of ride the wave. One of my fears from being a child with a parent that was an alcoholic was people seeing him negatively. My family, we really didn't want him to be remembered as an alcoholic, because that's not really what he was. That was just a small part of his life. For me, I was always thinking, oh, I could have said or done something, and I don't think he ever really knew that I knew he was sick, and I think I'm at peace with that, because that's not who he was, and he didn't need to know that I thought that of him or I knew that about him, because he was my dad, and nothing changes that.